Midori, Goto, where would you take your art on a date?
I would head straight to... Now, do you know who Heston Blumenthal is?
Yes.
The gastronomical...
He's like the duck restaurant. He has a blue duck.
Yeah.
Is that the fat...
The fat duck?
There's something.
Yes, but the whole gastronomical, weird, bizarre... Like, I've been obsessed with him for a very long time, and I just feel like my sculptures deserve to go there. Yeah, they're just as weird. They would totally fit in there. Yeah.
They would be like, we're home.
Yeah.
Midori, when did you first notice your art?
I noticed it very young, and I think it was like I was more admiring. I could see it and I liked it, and so because I work with ceramics and clay, it started off with Play-Doh. Blue tack.
Oh yeah.
Blue tack. I would like peel all the blue tack off things and then make little things, but it was kind of like I was admiring. I wasn't ready to, it was like I slowly eased into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it a slow burn or was it fast and hot?
It was a slow burn, and then once I got into it, it was obsessive, separation anxiety. It was obsessive, yeah.
How long were you dating for before you committed?
About a year when I was pregnant. When I fell pregnant with my son, I was dibbling and dabbling and doing it and then putting it down and being able to put it down and not come back to it, which I think is a way I see the difference now. Is I can't put something down in my studio and just forget about it. Like, I have to complete it. So when I was pregnant, I was just like making little things. It was the middle of COVID, I was like making little things here and there, going back to like my youth. And then, then I committed.
How did you know you'd fully committed?
When you're like in a new relationship and it's like the love phase and people are telling you've got to come up for air, you can't stay in that bubble. It became like that. All I could think about, it was all I could think about, and I couldn't just, I'll see my partner on Tuesday. It was like, I want to see my partner today and tomorrow, and I wonder what they're doing on Friday. And it was like very, I need to know what's my clay doing today. Yeah.
That's so good. What did you have to give up to commit fully to your art?
Probably control. Because being a mum and I can't always go in my studio and I don't always have the opportunity to make when I want to. And it's hard because as an artist, you have these moments where you're super creative and super fruitful and the juices are flowing and you really want to get in there, but my son could have gastro or his teeth could be taken out. So you don't always get that chance to. I think control, just being able to let go and find like different ways to still be creative, whether it's go to an art gallery with my son or incorporate him into it or bring him into the studio. I mean, I think he makes better sculptures than I do. But
I love it, starting early.
Yeah. He wakes up clay play. I want to do clay play. he loves it, yeah. Probably control, just not being in control of when and how I can create, and control in like how I make as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're at the beck and call of life, which incorporates young family, art.
And art is in being able to like completely practice, like that is a privilege in itself to be able to dedicate all your time to your art. You have to be some kind of financially stable in many ways to be able to dedicate your whole time to your craft. So it's a privilege in itself that I can do it at home, and it's in my own studio, in my house, and my job's quite flexible, working for Adam. I can work from home a lot of the time. Yeah, it's good.
Nice. What has working with Adam taught you? Or Black Douglas, for anyone listening who... A lot. And I think the main thing Black teaches me all the time is just doing things from my heart and making sure that I'm doing what I'm doing from a good place within myself, so I feel at peace and content with what I'm producing. Not for like other people, but mainly for myself, just doing it with my heart, 100%. Yeah. He's a good man, isn't he?
He is. He's an amazing man. He's the godfather of my son.
Oh, is he? Yes, he is. The godfather.
The godfather.
I love that. Okay, what's the craziest thing you've done for your art? And you said earlier you've been trying to think about this, and as you walked in, you were like, "Oh God, I was up all night till 4 a.m. just obsessed with my practice." Now, to me, that sounds pretty crazy, but you're like, "No, that's run-of-the-mill artist."
That's so 100%. Yeah, sleep can be for the week sometimes when you get really into it. Sleep is you're battling the clock. There's not
Sleep
enough
is for
hours.
the week. You need to turn that into a t-shirt.
I only say sleep is really valuable. Sleep is valuable as a mum. I don't want sleep deprivation, but I don't know. Sleep deprivation makes you do weird stuff. Like I've made things on sleep deprivation and come in and been like, I kind of like it. Like that's
Who was in
really
here last
psychotic.
night?
Like I kind of like it a little bit. I like this, but yeah, I don't think that's crazy.
Nothing
like
crazy kind of stands out.
I spent a really long time in a rock pool one time with goggles, like a starfish on the ground with my head in the rock pool and goggles, like trying to, and I'm not very good holding my breath. So people were probably watching me like, and then like just hovering my head in rock pools because I was trying to see how things moved without me touching or contaminating the cyst, like what was going on in there.
Yeah.
It's like maybe that was like the weird.
Did you have anyone come and try and save you?
No, I don't think anyone was willing to say, what are you doing? I wouldn't say anything to myself.
Excuse me, madam, is everything okay?
Like, does it look like I'm okay? 'Cause I've got my head in a rock pool. Like, clearly not.
I've been here for a good 45 minutes now.
Touching me, you know I'm not okay. No.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Have you ever fallen out of love with your art?
I wouldn't say fallen out of love, but you just, like, the spark kind of just gets a bit, like, lost for a while there, and, like, you know, there might be times where I'm just not as committed or slacking off as a partner, you know. It becomes like a different imbalance in, yeah. I wouldn't say I ever fall out of love.
Have you ever cheated?
This is the one time.
One time
I'm gonna
It didn't mean anything.
I am a serial cheater on my art. A serial cheater. And that's the only time I would ever say it. I'm a serial cheater, yeah. All the time.
What catches your eye? Do you have a type?
Yeah. Yeah. Not the young acrylic paint. Young hot acrylic paint. No.
Dries fast.
That's right. Need the speed. No, yeah, painting always gets me. Painting, drawing, writing, like I've got, as I said, a serial cheater. Yeah, I've got lots of side girls.
Yeah.
Side girls, yeah.
How do you woo your art to get back in the good books then?
Dedication and showing my art that I do care and I love them, and being consistent and coming back and being consistent and delicate. Yeah. Yeah.
Being tender,
just easing, like I'm the one who's made a mistake, so I've got to ease my way back into that position.
Dear Clay, I love you.
Yes.
I promise it won't happen again, but if it does, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it was just one time, it's not going to happen again. It might.
But know that you're my one and only.
You're the love of my life. You're the love of my life. Always. No one's going to compare. It's like the mother of a child. You're the mother of my child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final question. How do you keep the passion alive in the studio?
What works for me, I feel, is I keep saying words like obsessing and staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning and all that, which is great and fine. But I think knowing when to step back and not always, like, don't stay in the studio all the time, because it's very easy to get lost in your studio. Like, you can just stay there and you're making and making and making, but you're losing touch with, like, why you're making or what got you in there, because most of us are inspired by outside things, whether it's nature, people, movement, space, like all that stuff is something you're not going to find in the studio completely. So just keeping time to get out and practice your practice in different ways, whether that be me going to a rock pool for 45 minutes, just, yeah, not obsessing and staying in the studio all the time works for me.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I just get burnt out.
Midori, Goto, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.